2014. The data was not recovered until 9 years passed. These are the final moments of Reed Murdoch, written in his own words. My Disconnected Life. Blog author Reed Murdoch. October 16th, 2014. Hey guys, so I've decided to start a blog about my new life. Most of you reading this are probably my friends and acquaintances, but for the rest of you I'll expose a little bit about myself. My name's Reed. I just moved out of my stupid parents' basement, thank God, and now I'm pursuing my own life, where no one can push me around anymore. Technically, I'm the one who ditched the place, but they all but kicked me out beforehand. Nobody gives a damn about a crackhead like me, not even my parents. Not that I care. Anyways, I'm doing my own thing now. I had to give up a few luxuries. My mom's hellacious cooking, not worthy being called a luxury. I'd rather much live off of discount ramen noodles anyways. Sometimes I'll even have corn on the side when I'm feeling a little extra fancy. Speaking of fancy, my apartment, I'll admit, is anything but. It's the cheapest one I could find. In fact, I find the saying, "you get what you paid for," to be especially true when I'm trying to sleep to the lulling sound of what I can only guess is some old lady getting mugged in the dark alleyway next door. My ghetto sanctuary consists of one living room, a kitchenette, a bathroom, and a closet. The walls are practically made of cardboard and the carpet is stained with God knows what, but it's good enough for me. Living with me is my poor excuse for a cat named Twig. She's one of those weird hairless breeds and in turn a real conversation piece. I'm often asked why the cat's turned inside out, or if she was the victim of some perverse taxidermy project gone wrong. As shoddy as my life seems, living on the cheap side does have its benefits. My cost of living is next to nothing, so I can make enough money to survive by doing odd jobs on the internet without ever leaving the house. I spend half the month writing bogus reviews for products I've never used and filling out surveys on political issues I know nothing about, then spend the other half surfing the web and watching pirated reruns of the X-Files. I don't even have to pay for my internet service thanks to my neighbor's complete failure to secure their Wi-Fi hotspot. I bet their data overages are through the roof now. Oh well, not my problem. I'll be updating this blog every day or so if I'm up to anything interesting. Thanks for reading this boring crap. Hopefully my own life will get a little more exciting in the days to come. Read. October 18th, 2014. I've decided to do something unusual. It's 3 a.m. and I tend to stay up all night, caffeinated beverages at my side. Why am I doing this, you ask? Well, because I'm permanently switching to a nocturnal sleep schedule. In other words, I'll be sleeping during the day instead of the night. I have a number of good reasons why I'm doing this. One, there's less people out at night, so leaving the building won't be such a dreaded thing. Number two, sunlight gives you cancer, right? Number three, screw social norms. Number four, the internet speed seems to increase substantially after midnight. Number five, it's a free country, I don't even need reasons. Also, I ran into this cool forum called Nocturnal Underground. Naturally, it's full of sun-loathing recluses and cynical misanthropes like me. How perfect. I registered straight away, we all seem to share a general appreciation of societal disconnect. Which is cool because I really thought I was the only whack job who couldn't stand dealing with normal people. After all, it's these normal people who are telling me I don't have the right to smoke whatever substances I damn well please, as if it's their business. I'll let you all know how this whole nocturnal thing works for me. Peace out. Read. October 21st, 2014. I'm adjusting very well to my new lifestyle. I can already tell this is the way I should have been living all along. The internet is a far more interesting place during the night. Especially, everything has been fairly normal lately, except for one thing. Yesternight, I received a mysterious private message on Nocturnal Underground. Here's the message copied and pasted for your reading pleasure. To Readman07 from Revelation 666. Subject, necrosleep.net. Congratulations, Readman07. You've been invited to an invitation-only website that will change your life forever. Discover what society doesn't want you to know at necrosleep.net. Use your exclusive invitation code to enter here. DCLXVI. Find out what you've been missing your entire life. necrosleep.net. Sounds like a total scam, but it piqued my interest. I couldn't resist going to the site just to see what the hell it was. So I went there and arrived at a completely empty black page. I noticed the text cursor blinking in the center, indicating that I could type there. I presumed that this was where I was supposed to type in the invitation code, and I presumed correctly. When the homepage loaded, I immediately noticed that all of the text was in Russian, besides the title header, which simply said necrosleep.net in English. My web browser automatically detected that the site was Russian and offered to translate it for me, so of course I clicked yes. Now, this site was clearly on the shady side. Whoever designed it was certainly not well versed in web design, as the site had more in common with a notepad document than a good web page. The background was black, the white text was written in the oh-so-generic Courtier font, and under the title header was a row of red hyperlinks labeled as the following: main, purchase, secret, and credit. Here's an excerpt from the main page. Welcome to necrosleep.net. This website is invitation only. Selected visitors have exclusive access to our special product that will change your life forever. Necrosleep is a product that safely negates the biological necessity of sleep thanks to our miraculous secret formula. With one pill a day, you will never feel the need to sleep again. Try it for yourself by clicking the purchase link. If necrosleep doesn't change your life, we will offer you a complete refund. Your astonishment is guaranteed. What a bold claim these people are making. There's no way this stuff actually works. Otherwise, everyone would be taking it. Obviously, I was skeptical and still am, but I clicked around the site a bit more just out of curiosity. I clicked the secret hyperlink, which took me to another page. There's the text from said page. Necrosleep is comprised of special and rare ingredients, which we cannot disclose in order to ensure that our formula stays in private hands. In order to keep our product available, it will only be distributed through alternate means on an exclusive basis. The active ingredient in necrosleep doesn't appear to be illegal exactly. Not that I care about the law, I just get untrustworthy vibes from this website. Anyways, I continued on and clicked the credit hyperlink. My heart skipped a beat when I was confronted with, honestly, the most uncanny photo of a living person I've ever seen. It was an old black and white photo of a tall man in a doctor's coat. If he wasn't standing upright, I'd say the guy was dead, but my guess is that he was just cadaverously unhealthy, and probably blind from the look of his pale, lifeless eyes. Not a trace of emotion could be found in his face. There was a small bit text below the photo, which reads as follows. Credit for the pioneering of necrosleep goes to the brilliant Dr. Hale A. Stan, proxy of our master and founder of the Ukrainian Institute of Occult Medicine. His work lives on. Proxy of our master. Occult medicine. Okay, maybe I've watched a bit too many horror movies, but this isn't your typical snake oil sales pitch. Maybe they're part of some deranged religious group or something. I admit I was slightly creeped out, but more fascinated. I clicked the purchase hyperlink out of mere curiosity once again. Turns out each pill costs some absurd amount of Russian currency, which I found was equal to about $130 per bill. Ridiculous. Not that I would buy them. Even if I would, I immediately left the site. At this point, I'm guessing it's probably a lousy foreign credit card scam, or some weird cult initiative. Either way, it makes my day more interesting than it normally would have been. Read. October 22nd, 2014. I posted a thread on Nocturnal Underground about this mysterious user who sent me the strange PM. I found myself wanting to know more about this whole necrosleep.net thing, so as part of my investigation, I sought to find out who the user was. Here's a transcript of the forum thread. Readman07 says, "Hey guys, I hope I'm not disrupting the order of things by posting this in the trolling and harassment section. I didn't know where else to put it. I figured this incident of mine might qualify as a spam. If other people are getting the same advertisement message I am. Basically, the other day I got a PM from a user that I've never seen before called Revelation 666, and the message was of an advertisement for some supplement. Has anyone seen this user on the thread forums before? I sure haven't. If you guys have any information, that'd be great." Cosmic Trash Bin says, "I don't recognize that username. He must be fairly new or just inactive. What were the exact contents of the message? We could probably get an admin to ban him for advertising." Readman07 says, "Here's a screen cap of the message." Cosmic Trash Bin says, "Strange. Did you actually go to the website? I hope not. It's probably infested with viruses. Lol." B says, "Just tried going there. It's just a black screen. The invite code didn't work either. It just gave me a pop-ups box that said invalid IP." Readman07 says, "Of course I went there. I couldn't resist." Thug Life for Life says, "Doesn't work out for me either. Invalid IP." Cosmic Trash Bin says, "If it only works for Readman07, maybe it's bound to his IP somehow. Can you get some screenshots of the website? You've sparked my interest." Readman07 says, "Here you are. The page was initially in Russian, so I had my browser translate it." B says, "Looks shady as hell." Cosmic Trash Bin says, "Wow, don't even mess with it. You're asking for trouble just by clicking the link. You're probably being keylogged as we speak." B has among the garbage results a link to a post on fastmd.com. Their preview says, "Does anyone know if this necrosleep stuff actually works?" So I clicked on it, only to be directed to a page stating, "The post you're looking for has been deleted and no longer exists." I should have known. Nothing can ever be easy and predictable. I returned to the results and had to scan over several pages of them before finally running into an old gaming forum thread where the website necrosleep.net was mentioned. This time the post hadn't been deleted. In the middle of a conversation about maximizing crop production and some medieval strategy game, one of the users claimed to have taken necrosleep in order to tend to his virtual farm 24 hours a day. Needless to say, the other forum patrons were highly skeptical. The guy posted a link to necrosleep.net in an attempt to back up his claims, ultimately failing to convince them because, you guessed it, the site was bound to his IP address. He also had the same invitation code as me, leading me to believe it's just a formality intended to make you feel special. But that doesn't explain why and how my IP and apparently someone else's got singled out. This bragger then claimed that there was irrefutable proof of his ceaseless wakefulness in his in-game score. In relation to the length of time his account had existed, his score was excessively high, so high in fact that it would be impossible for him to attain so high a score in so short a time frame, unless he was playing the game for at least 21 hours a day, which leaves practically no time for sleeping. Despite that, they attributed his accomplishments to an automatic bot program that operated the game for him during the night. Since cheating in this way is against the game rules, his account was promptly banned, according to the moderator at the end of the thread. Sure enough, in little red letters below his forum avatar were the words, "Banned for bot abuse, August 12th, 2006. I couldn't find any more relevant results for necrosleep or necrosleep.net other than what I just told you about. Looks like these online dope dealers are pretty stealth. I'm just dying to know what their real motives might be, because I could think of a million better ways to steal someone's credit card or peddle quack remedies. It could be a prank, but evidently this has been going on since 2006 at least. Perhaps some jokes just never die. Read. October 25th, 2014. I got another PM from Revelation 666. Am I the only one who gets creeped out by that name? Knowing what I know now, it makes me uneasy to think about the great lengths this user went to contact me specifically. For some reason, they stealthily bypassed the system just to send me these messages and then make me this offer. Here's the message I just received. To Readman07 from Revelation 666. Subject: necrosleep.net/backdoor. Congratulations, Readman07. You've been selected to receive a free 30-day trial of necrosleep. Claim your exclusive reward at necrosleep.net/backdoor. Find out what you've been missing your entire life, risk-free. necrosleep.net/backdoor. Once again, my curiosity got the best of me. Bracing myself for whatever scam was coming my way, I clicked the link. I was taken to a page asking for my address, nothing more. I thought about it carefully, knowing full well that these people likely have malicious intentions. But if I entered my post office box, what's the worst that could happen? The worst case scenario is they send me some junk mail or some faulty bills. The point is that I'll finally know what they want from me. Trashbin says, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" Reedman says, "I take it you couldn't persuade the admins to disable the profanity filter." Cosmic Trashbin says, "No, Sherlock. Apparently they got a huge kick out of watching us quarrel over it." Reedman says, "I wouldn't be surprised if H.G. Wishingwell sent me these weird messages just to stir up some controversy around here." H.G. Wishingwell says, "Neither would I," smiley face. Cosmic Trashbin says, "The mystery has been solved. Everybody go home." H.G. Wishingwell says, "In all seriousness, I had nothing to do with this. I swear on my great-grandmother's life." Reedman says, "Wishing on the life of a dead person isn't exactly the most convincing way to plead." Cosmic Trashbin says, "I think the joke's gone too far, or far enough. H.G., did you do it or not?" H.G. said, "I really didn't do it. The admins and I were genuinely perplexed when we saw where the message came from. Or should I say, where the message didn't come from. It was certainly not from any registered user on the inside." B says, "If they actually sent you the bills, are you gonna take them? You couldn't pay me $1 million to try that." Cosmic Trashbin says, "I can personally guarantee you that stuff is too good to be true. Nothing can make you stay awake forever." H.G. says, "I agree with Cosmic. Don't take this any further." Reedman says, "Even if they do send me the bills and it's not just junk mail, I'm not going to take it unless I find some more information on it. Do you really think I'm that stupid? Chill out, guys. I probably won't update this thread anymore, so follow my blog if you want to know what's up with me. The link's on my profile." Well, we pretty much ruled out that the possibility that it was a prank by the admins. I don't think H.G. Wishingwells would carry on a prank this long, nor would he lie so blatantly. Even if one of the other admins were to prank me, I can't imagine they would do it with some Russian supplement pitch. It's all just too strange. Read. October 30th, 2014. Last night, I had a buddy of mine deliver the mail to my doorstep in exchange for some coding work on his Flash website. I'll do just about anything to avoid leaving the building, but that's not the point. The point is that I received an envelope with no return address, yet I immediately knew who it was from. The envelope was old, very old, like it's been sitting in a dusty attic for decades. I opened the stained envelope, only to find which documented Soviet research into the resuscitation of clinically dead organisms. Here's an excerpt from that article. The motion picture Experiments in the Revival of Organisms depicts various disturbing medical experiments conducted on canines, one of which involves keeping a dog's decapitated head alive with a primitive autojector machine that supplied it with oxygenated blood. The operations in the film were credited to a doctor, Sergei Burachenko. However, Dr. Hale A. Stan incessantly claimed to be the one who really conducted the experiments and invented the autojector, and that they only created Burachenko's, I probably said that wrong, Burachenko, it's Burachenko, sorry about that, and that they only credited Burachenko because Stan was sentenced to life in prison for illegally conducting gruesome experiments on humans. He believed that because he had consent from his test subjects, albeit through bribery, he had not committed an immoral crime. The Lenin Prize was awarded to Burachenko for the autojector, while Stan remained in a permanent imprisonment. It wasn't until they discovered the lost footage of his morbid human experiments that they had him executed by lethal injection. His last words, spoken in unidentified language, died with him. Dr. Hale A. Stan was rumored to have pioneered a variety of cures for medical conditions, such as narcolepsy and epilepsy, although the results were not published in a scientific manner, and therefore the majority of his alleged accomplishments were unverifiable and seemingly occult in nature. The number of people he had apparently cured of various incurable afflictions between 1930 and 1940 was in the 10,000s. Attempts to replicate his documented remedies ultimately failed, leading most to believe he was practicing pseudoscience. It is believed by some that Dr. Hale A. Stan has a following to this day, and that his miracle cures are still being practiced and peddled from Russia and Ukraine, not India. Some claim to have received mysterious emails and offers pertaining to Dr. Hale A. Stan's work. All investigation revealed no evidence to support these claims. I'll admit, some of this stuff unnerves me. Morbid human experiments aren't exactly pleasant things to think about. But it seems to me this guy was just doing what is necessary to advance his research. Maybe he was really onto something. Maybe his cures couldn't be replicated because they were so advanced. I don't really know. All I know is that I received one of these mysterious offers that supposedly didn't exist beyond hearsay. Maybe there's something to this. Maybe I really was selected to receive a gift too great for the masses. Maybe when they're dead serious, when they said this would change my life. Read. November 1st, 2014. I'm holding a bill in my hand, ready to take it at a moment's notice. I've been thinking hard about this. I know it's not the safest thing to do, but I'm a risk taker. If this turns out badly, I don't have much to live for anyways. Life is nothing without danger, and I want that I'll never need to sleep again, ever. So far, so good. Read. November 4th, 2014. Still works like a charm after 4 days, but lately the light has been really bothering me, so I duct taped a piece of cardboard over the window. I never really liked that window anyways. At night I get this feeling that I'm being watched from outside, and it's been making me more anxious than usual. It's easy to think you're seeing something uncanny out of the window until you realize it's just your own reflection distorted by the cheap glass pane. Anyway, that issue has been resolved. I've also found something interesting when I was taking my nightly pill. Until recently, I failed to notice a symbol stamped on the inside of the small manila envelope. Yes, the inside. I know I've seen this symbol before, but I can't remember exactly. It's a downward pointing pentagram with what I think is a goat's head inscribed within it. Maybe they're just reusing an old envelope and turned it inside out or something. Read. November 5th, 2014. Thanks to one of my followers for pointing out something I didn't realize. The implement inside the envelope was actually a satanic symbol. Yeah, needless to say, I'm definitely not taking this crap anymore. This sort of thing really creeps me out. I'm done. I wish I would have read that message before I took it tonight. I'll just quit tomorrow. I mean, it hasn't really harmed me thus far, and I feel great. So, maybe I'm just being paranoid. It's just a symbol, probably a printing mistake or something, but screw that. I'm not messing around with his demonic affairs. No way in hell. Read. November 6th, 2014. Over the past week, I've been taking one of these pills exactly 10 p.m. each night. I planned on stopping the pills tonight, but at around 10:30, I started getting this horrible headache, and it got progressively worse. I was thinking maybe it was just me adjusting to suddenly going off necro sleep. So I waited another hour, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I took another pill. I know I could quit if I wanted to, but I'm starting to think there's no reason to. I mean, I don't have to sleep anymore. I've been feeling energized. I should just man up and stop being irrational. Read. November 9th, 2014. I've been making a killing with all this free time and newfound focus. I've made $5,000 in a single day of trading virtual property. That's not including my online poker proceeds over the last week, which are through the goddamn roof. Suddenly, I have this intuitive grasp of numbers that I had never had before. I've been living my life in the days until now. They were right. This thing really was changing my life. Read. November 11th, 2014. Here's a rather peculiar story for you guys. I was sitting on the couch minding my own business when I noticed a couple of gleaming eyes that show. It was playing in the background on my boxy old TV in the corner. Eventually it distracted me and I found myself zoning out into it for lack of better things to do. It must have been a Thanksgiving episode, considering Bucko, a guy dressed like a deer with a human face, was in the kitchen preparing sweet potatoes and cranberries. This was about as intelligible as the show gets. Things got a bit weird when he decided to let the anthropomorphic cranberries go into his garden at the last minute, as if they were captive insects. The sweet potatoes weren't so lucky. Bucko sent his bird friends to retrieve a pumpkin pie from the pie tree, and his squirrel friends to collect gravy from the gravy cow, who coincidentally regurgitated mashed potatoes to boot. I told you this show was weird, but that's not even the start. I didn't realize something was off until Bucko pulled out a knife. A full-fledged, razor-sharp knife that you wouldn't expect to see in such a benign show. With the other hand, he opened the oven and pulled it out. Not a ham, not a turkey. A roasted human fetus. Mother of God. I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. How on earth could have this been allowed on television? Were my eyes deceiving me? I don't know. But I turned it off as soon as he started cutting into it. The gore was too much, even for me. I'm still having a hard time believing what my own eyes clearly saw. I couldn't have been dreaming. I haven't had so much as a nap in nearly 15 days. I don't know anymore. Maybe something's wrong with me. I've been forgetting my PC login password even after I changed it to something else. And I wrote it down. I forgot where I wrote it down, where I wrote it down, where I forgot it down. I can't even think properly right now. Read. November 18th, 2014. Not gonna lie, I'm scared out of my mind right now. I walked into the bathroom, planning to take my first shower in weeks. I never imagined I'd open the door to see anything more than my own reflection in the mirror. Instead, I saw it, standing behind me, staring, completely motionless. I froze and panicked more than I ever have in my entire life, I swear. You don't know true fear. You don't even have a clue. I can still see it engraved in my mind. The face it was demonic. It was gone as soon as it came. I'd say I was just imagining things, but it felt all too real. I'm not going into that bathroom ever again. I'll just go in the kitchen sink or something. I can't handle this. I wonder if these pills are screwing with my head. I need to stop. I need to stop now. I don't even feel safe in my own apartment anymore. I feel like the shadows are watching me. Read. said that the domain is no longer in use. The site was shut down. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm terrified of myself. Read. November 24th, 2014. Knock, knock. I yelled through the drafty door, asking who it was. It was my friends, Jake and Douglas. Apparently, they wanted to help me after seeing my blog posts of distress, but sure enough, it was only under the condition that I open the door and come out. Very suspicious. How do I really know I can trust them? I know I've trusted them for years, but what if they were just earning my trust so they could pull something more sinister later on? What if they gave me drugged food? What if they stabbed me when I opened the door? It just occurred to me that I have no real proof that I can trust them. I can't even trust myself anymore. I don't even know who I am. Maybe my whole life has been maybe my whole life I've been a sadistic freak, and I didn't even know it. Maybe my true self is just now coming out, maybe everyone is evil. Read. Before I continue, I want to apologize for the bumping in the mic, sorry. November 25th, 2014. The voices won't stop. I used to think they were malevolent, but now I'm not so sure. Sometimes it feels like they're trying to liberate me. They want me to listen to them desperately. They show me things, horrible things, and yet these things don't seem horrible to me anymore. I'm numb. I don't feel anything. But I know there's one thing I can do to make me feel again. Part of me says it's terribly wrong, but the voices tell me otherwise. The voices are my friends now. The demons are my friends. Read. November 26th, 2014. Twig is in heaven now. I had to do it. I had to know what it tasted like. It was satisfying, but I needed more. I thought I'd never leave this room again, but I don't have a choice anymore. I need more of it. The face is getting angry. The voices are getting angry. My head hurts so bad. I need more. It hurts so much. I need more. They're hurting me. I need to find more. They need more. I need more. I need more. I have to make it stop. I need more. Read. Police report, Part 1, Thanksgiving, November 27th, 2014. Victim, Paul Murdoch. Aggressor, Reed Murdoch. The police arrived on the scene after a frantic 911 call from Margaret Murdoch to confirm to be the aggressor's mother. The victim, Paul Murdoch, the aggressor's father, was found in the process of being mauled and cannibalized by the aggressor, Reed Murdoch, whose face and mouth was covered in blood and brain matter. Reed was shot dead after refusing to stop eating his own father, whose skull was torn apart entirely. Drug use is suspected to be involved. Police report Part 2, November 29th, 2014. Reed Murdoch's residence was inspected thoroughly by investigators. A hairless, headless cat, disemboweled carcass was found on the kitchen counter. The cat's blood and bodily fluids were spilled throughout the house, while the head was found crushed, brain completely removed and nowhere to be found. The apartment disturbing mixture of human tissue, mostly brain matter and cerebrospinal fluid. Examination of his own brain, however, was even